And we are watching that unfold in real time. This is a reunion they waited 484 days for. Keith Siegel is back with his loved ones. Hamas released the Chapel Hill native from captivity this weekend as part of the ceasefire agreement with Israel. It is a joyous moment for his family, both in Israel and here in the United States. I caught up with his niece, who last saw her uncle just a few months before Hamas attacked Israel and took him hostage in October 2023. Joining me now is Emily Wesolowski, the niece of Keith Siegel, of course, the Chapel Hill native who was held hostage by Hamas, just released this weekend. Emily, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
The video of the reunion with Keith over the weekend, so moving. When you first saw the reunion and you saw that your uncle was alive, how were you feeling?
It is so hard to put into words in the best way. Just so incredibly emotional. I mean, it was impossible for me to sleep, just, waiting and waiting to hear the wonderful news. And I'm just filled with joy for Keith, for our family. We're incredibly lucky.
Tell us a little bit about your relationship with your uncle. When was the last time you saw him?
The last time I saw him in person was May of 2023. My fiance and I had gone to Israel to visit the family, as I have done since I was very little. And I grew up in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, just like Keith, my mom, their other two brothers. And so despite our family, living around the world, we are incredibly close-knit, and I feel so close to my uncle, and I'm just so happy and overjoyed that he's home.
It really is incredible to think that he was held captive for 484 days. What has that time been like for you?
It has been a just horrible nightmare. Very, very difficult to focus on anything else besides Keith and all of the hostages to get them home. This horrible nightmare. And, my family, we are some of the lucky ones that Keith is home alive, doing well, all things considered. He is so strong, but this fight is not over, and there are still hostages in Gaza. So, while I feel so much joy, our family is just ecstatic. It is bittersweet.
What's next for your family now? I imagine you're probably itching to get back to Israel to see Keith and to see Aviva and to be able to give them a hug. Will you be going to Israel? Maybe they're coming back to the U.S. Is it too soon to even be asking these questions?
No. So I'll first say that my mom and her brother, who both live in the U.S., they are on their way there and are so excited to reunite with Keith. I will be going soon. We want to stagger our visits and make, first and foremost, make sure that Keith's recovery is, at the top of everyone's priority list. We're just so excited, and I can't wait to see him in person. But for now, I'm just so happy that he is with his children and his grandchildren.
Yeah. Earlier today, Keith's wife Aviva and his daughter Shir held a news conference from Tel Aviv, as you know. I want to play a quick clip from that and get your reaction. Let's take a listen.
The support from people around the world, the praise, your messages, your strong stand with us kept us going. Now, I asked you to give the same love to the 79 still waiting. They need us. They need you. Until they are all home, our mission isn't completed.
So just to bounce off of what you heard Aviva say there, we've got less than a month until this ceasefire is scheduled to expire. What do you believe needs to happen to extend this, to make sure that all of the phases are followed through with, and that ultimately all of the hostages are freed and all of the prisoners as well?
First, Aviva spoke so beautifully, as she always does, and has been such a fierce advocate for her husband. And, I want to echo those sentiments, and I want to say a huge, huge thank you to the Biden administration, the Trump administration, and to the many organizations who helped us, supported us. As you said, this agreement it's just in its first phase, and we really need the Trump administration and President Trump specifically to continue to pressure Bibi Netanyahu and Hamas to see this agreement through in its entirety, to ensure the secure release of all of the 79 hostages. And there are still American hostages in Gaza as well. And so we need President Trump to continue the amazing work that he is doing to bring home the Americans and all of the hostages.
Well, Emily, thank you again so much for your time. We are so happy for your family, and I look forward to hearing about when you get to go and visit Keith and give him a hug.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.